2:30 in the morning on a, what is it, Wednesday? Oh, perfect. Mercury day. But peace, love, and the bottle here, show is good. It is Shot of Sage. Returning for another amazing video. Hello, I'm back from another hiatus. But you never know when I'll be back. And I'm live. So whoever comes, comes. If you don't. But I just wanted to save time with the uploading process. So didn't feel like doing that. Didn't feel like going through all of that. But back from my hiatus. Good to be back. A couple things, because I wanted to make a couple announcements for when this is uploaded. So I'm changing my format of me doing readings, specifically natal chart readings. Hi baby. Specifically natal chart readings. I'm gonna start doing them through PDFs. So I'm going to put together a PDF document, a copy of your chart. If you've got a reading with me, you know I've sent copies of your charts prior to doing the reading, so you know what I'm talking about. But instead this time, I think I'm gonna start doing my readings in a PDF. So that is some news I really wanted to put out there real quick. And I appreciate everybody who's been emailing me and checking up on me, and been on my Twitter and Instagram. So thank y'all. So as y'all can see by the title of the video, I want to talk about I've been inspired by Libra season to talk about relationships. And yeah, I just had a conversation with my partner, so I really felt inspired. And he's a Libra moon, so I'm dealing with basically my relationship is really more in the forefront. It's becoming more in the forefront of my life because Libra is in my 7th house, so makes sense. But I really want to basically talk about, if you vibrate on a certain frequency, or the more you improve yourself, I will say, maybe start like that. The more you improve yourself, the better your next partner is going to be. Okay. I'm noticing, as I'm observing humanity, and also as I'm a part of it, 2 things that humanity really wants. I got a broken nail. Ignore that. I'm still a baddie though, but can't be perfect all the time. But 2 things that humans really want is money and relationships, money and love. Especially, me being on Twitter, in my personal age group, or my age range, or like where my Twitter timeline is, most people are obsessed with relationships. My peers tend to have these weird obsession with just relationship after relationship, and then becoming confused when they keep having the same relationship experiences. And when you're someone who's been doing a lot of internal research and basically studying the fucking secrets in the universe, you begin to fucking notice a pattern, and you begin to come up with solutions to things like that. That's a part of being the scientist of life. Okay, you experiment, you learn things, Gemini, and apply them, Sagittarius, right? So yeah, so a lot of people seem to have and I'm in no way, shape, or form saying that my word is bond, or I know exactly what I'm talking about. Of course, I'm only 26 years old, but I'm speaking to y'all like the motherfucking scientist. Okay, I I decided to apply theory. It's working, and I'm giving it to y'all. Like, hello. So I'm not saying by no means I'm an expert at relationships, but I have noticed when I do apply certain things that I have studied, the results have been positive. I've attracted better men, and my current partner now, who treats me like a queen. He spoils me rotten. So yeah, so a lot of people really get confused of why like relationships aren't going the way they want them to. And I made a video earlier similar to this, like in one of my first videos, like my first 5 videos, where it's talk about, where I link the connection between childhood and relationships. A lot of people don't understand, like, relationships, this is where the Libra comes in. So now we're in the time of or the sun is going through the constellation of Libra, right? Libra is opposite of Aries. Okay, Libra is an air sign dealing with relating. It's the relating aspect of humanity. Okay, once we cross over to the fall equinox, um, the first wheel of the zodiac, or the first 6 archetypes of the zodiac, represents humanity, and then the last 6 represents kind of that spiritual world. So that's why, and it kind of makes sense too, because when you have a fall equinox, and you things tend to obviously shift during the year. You know what I'm saying? Like summer turns into fall. Weather start changing. It's time to get the kids to school. It's basically time to do the same shit, but it's a different field. It's that transition from that Virgo was the last stop in humanity. All right, let's relate to other. Let's explore. Let's go beyond what we've been. So little zodiac, um, little zodiac info, drop it on y'all. So when it comes to Libra, Libra deals with, and this, I'm high, y'all. So if you see me talking real slow, I'm just getting my thoughts together. Like, it's a lot of shit, and I'm exercising it slowly. But no, Libra deals with it's the relation of humanity. General astrology will label it as partnerships. It can obviously be partnerships like doesn't have to necessarily be romantic partnerships. Just it could be business partnerships, or it could just be just relating to others. Okay, so it could be friend, platonic, lover, sibling, but we're relating and cooperating. I like that. Relating and cooperating with the other. Compared to its opposite, Aries. Aries is about the I am. Aries is about the self. Okay. Like I said, keyword for Aries is I am. That's why the first house is ruled by Aries. The first house, aka your rising, is really literally your physical body. You as a physicality, and basically developing your outward first impression personality or archetype, you can say. Okay. Yeah, I've been gone, honey. I've made myself inaccessible. Okay. My value has went up to the point, sometimes you see me, sometimes you don't. If you pop out and see me, hey, but if you don't, but yeah, I know. Only see me in a minute, because I'm not easily accessible no more. That's a different story. I've been going through changes, honey. But anyway, so Libra is, like I said, the partnership aspect of humanity. It's not necessarily deep or like intimate like the 8th house or Scorpio. That's where it's kind of, you take it to the next step. Okay. Like marriage. Libra rules marriage because it's a partnership. Marriage is a legal binding contract. Okay. This is why when you want to get divorced, you have to get lawyers and a judge involved and all that other shit. And if it gets real deep, shit, subpoenas, all right, because it's actually a legal bond. Okay. Even in the tarot, the Justice card is Libra's card. That's a card representing Libra's archetype. So but yeah, when you're dealing, it's not like Scorpio is not like Libra. Scorpio is like the deeper intimate parts, like the secrets that we share with each other, that I don't really tell nobody else, how we have sex, basically the merging of us on a deep emotional level. Libra is just like, okay, I like you, you like me too. Okay, can we cooperate on this? Yes. Do we do well in this? No. Oh, really? What can we do to change it? Da da da. And then working together to harmonize, become the scales. Okay. I can really go in on Libra placements. I actually really adore Libra placements because they in my 7th house. So, and with all this Aries, they do balance me out. Anybody I was seriously involved with had Libra placements. So whether it was a Libra Mars, a Libra Moon, Libra Venus. So this energy is very, I do see their purpose in my life because I had that fire, I had that I. And I am working on, that's one of my life paths. I have to work with learn how to be not be so selfish. Okay. But yeah, so That's all Libra, right? So of course, humanity, this is very important to humanity, because how do we experience that? It's like we have Aries, which is ourselves, so we experience ourselves, but we want to experience people who have like the same that we experience kinship with as another. So we want to experience ourselves as another. Okay, so that makes sense. See how, like, because I've been noticing how the zodiac, like I said, the zodiac actually mimics archetypes here on earth every day. You just don't be, or everyday themes, whether it's education and religion and writing and fitness and health. These are all archetypes of the 12 zodiac. Okay, so it's not just fucking jargon. It's actually a science. Okay, if you don't believe in it, it's not for you to believe it. This is some exclusive shit. Okay, I just spit a little bit, but this is some exclusive shit. That's why I don't be getting mad when people try to I used to get mad when people try to downplay astrology, but I'm just like, shit, if you don't want to use it, cool, because it's not for everybody. It's exclusive. Everybody not supposed to get in VIP. Otherwise, it wouldn't be VIP. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, so when it comes to humanity seems to be well, most of humanity, and now it's to a point y'all see the world's event that's going on. Very funny, I can say that. This shit happened back to back. Okay, I'll talk about that later. But yeah, it's like, it seemed like my generation, like, they don't, or people just don't understand, like, the key to relationships is you. Okay, basically when you're in a relationship, obviously, like, everybody is your opposite. Everything has an opposite. Up, down, left, right. Even the zodiac got an opposite: Libra, Aries, Sagittarius, Gemini, Taurus, Scorpio, etc., etc. And it's the law. I think it's the law of correspondence, as within, so without. Everything has a polar opposite. A lot of humanity is traumatized. We all know this. And the number one avenue of where most people exercise their wounds and their trauma is in relationships. Okay, because you know, they say how your parents are your first interaction, especially your parent of the opposite sex is your first interaction with that opposite sex. So during that parenting, y'all know how it go, and I'm sure y'all experience trauma too. We all experience some trauma, honey. You know, your parents inflict some trauma on you, whether it's physical, sexual, mental, shit, even spiritual shit. Forced me to shit in church for fucking 6 fucking hours. That's spiritual abuse. Okay, having you listening to bullshit for 6 hours. It's like, no, let me stop. But yeah, so a lot of people exercise their childhood trauma in relationships, okay? And a lot of people that really don't be realizing that shit, because I mean, they too busy romanticizing each other, and that's the thing too. A lot of people in relationships tend to romanticize being together. Well, I'm more practical when it comes to my relationships. So it's just like, well, now I am. As I'm growing older and maturing, I'm learning that I just don't want to be with nobody for the sake of being with nobody, because ultimately relationships can't really be a distraction. Well, at least I thought that, because I did not expect to get in a relationship this year. My whole goal was just stack money. I mean, go to work, stay home. Go to work, stay home. Go to work. Completely. I still do that, but complete 180. But yeah, a lot of people exercise their childhood trauma in relationships. And I find it funny that a lot of people pay all that money to go to therapy just so you can have all them sessions, just so you can break down the layers and answer these questions to basically bring the root back to childhood. And when they bring the root back to childhood and they make you aware of the pattern, I think that's where the breakthrough happens and where it really works. But if you want to save thousands of dollars and be your own therapist, doing that is basically having somebody in the room with you doing shadow work. That's all therapy is. Like, I'm gonna start telling people that. Like, shadow work is like therapy, but literally for yourself. Like, you have to psychoanalyze yourself, and you really have to peel away your thoughts like an onion to get to the root of whatever this trigger is, or whatever, you know, this you know, whatever the fuck is going on, basically your trigger. So for example, a lot of people who experience abandonment through childhood, right? They're either one or two. They're either super clingy and attached to the point, like, when they have a partner, they're completely submerged and immersed in them with no sense of identity, or no sense of, you know, no sense of self. Just really just, are you gonna leave me like the others? And then once you get in a fear of somebody leaving you, then you start to compromise yourself. So not only is you attached to this motherfucker, but you're compromising yourself to keep yourself, you know, attached to this person, because somebody abandoned you as a child and wasn't physically there with you, or maybe even emotionally there with you. Or option number two, they become what they call, what do you call that? The attachment style, where it can become avoidant attachment style. People will be so hurt that they just completely, any speck of good relationships or any speck of good in a person, they push them away because they don't believe they deserve it. Okay, they just can't have that heartbreak of somebody traumatizing them or abandoning them. So to the point, like, the idea of somebody getting close to them is completely, like, out the question. Yeah, so it's actually kind of sad when you actually break it down like that, but it is the truth. Okay, but people are not realizing this. So, you know, most people, and you know what, that's okay. I'm getting to the point where I'm accepting reality, or I'm accepting humanity as it is. Like, I'm decided to observe humanity, because I'm realizing everybody not meant to, because that's some powerful ass shit, like, to really sit there, psychoanalyze yourself, and realize the reason why you attract the same partners because of your childhood. And then, you know, you do all the work, bam, you free from it, bam, you move on, get another partner. That's a hard thing to do, you know, believe it or not. And it's really simple, but a lot of people just don't like personal accountability. I don't know what it is about humanity, but I'm just started, and I've been like, to me it's easy, it's effortless. But I just started to accept humanity for what it is, instead of just sustain it. It's like this is what they mean, having compassion towards humanity. It's like, I don't want to say the R word, because, you know, I'm monetized now, but like the disabled children. Okay, you really wouldn't get too upset with disabled children when they do something because they're disabled, like, they really can't help themselves. Like, so you have to exercise a certain amount of patience and a certain amount of compassion. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna get mad that you did it, that you purposely knocked out my coffee. You know what I'm saying? This is why special ed teachers they do what they do. They're specialized in working with doing that, having compassion. So it's the same thing when you're becoming a god, when you literally are deifying yourself in this plane. Yeah, you start to realize, yeah, basically that's motherfucking meat and cheese. Like, that's it. Like, you have to really just accept humanity for what it is, and use it to your advantage. You can either become under the influence or make the influence, be the influence. Okay. And every day I'm starting to really realize that and not take this shit so serious. But back to what I was talking about. But yeah, relationships stem, yeah, it is what it is. Relationships stem from how you act in relationships and behave in relationships, comes from your parents. Okay, the dynamic that you saw with your parents, whether or your primary caregiver. You know, I don't want to say parents because not everybody obviously had a parent, people were adopted, but your primary caregiver, what signal? Because I don't think people understand how, this is why I'm so reluctant to have kids. And people, y'all just be out here having kids so freely, popping them out like they fucking loaves of bread or some shit. Like, I don't know, but raising a child is such a huge responsibility, just from me observing. And you gotta understand, if you're a parent, and I'm not telling you what to do because I'm not a parent, but just be aware of the values and your actions of what you're doing around your children, because things send messages. Okay, so you might end up just, and that's how most people get traumatized anyway, because their parents just be fucked up ass people doing shit. And then I get it, like people take their parents hurting them personally, but I just be telling people, like, your parents is just regular ass people. Like, imagine you, like, your dad, like, you mad at something. I was telling my cousin, like, you mad at your daddy for, you know, not doing X, Y, and Z, or doing X, Y, and Z. But you gotta understand, your daddy just a regular nigga. Like, any nigga that you can meet anywhere. He just happened to meet up with your mom. They fucked. Like, they made love. Um, they did that, and bam, here came you. I mean, there's really nothing deep about procreation in humans. Every mammal on the planet does it. So it is a beautiful journey to experience, of course, childbirth. And, you know, that's what I'm saying. When I be pregnant, I'm gonna be the empress, honey. Like, I'm not moving. I ain't doing nothing. Everybody gonna be waiting me hand and foot. Like, that's gonna be a whole process for me. Okay. But yeah, when you have kids, like, I get it. You give your parents power because they're your primary caregiver. They were the first, basically, reaction to the world, how you see them interact physically, and you just follow through because this is your example. This is what you're seeing. So you really have to be careful when you're a parent, because you might be creating somebody, you know, that's toxic or emotionally immature, or emotionally petty, or somebody who's super clingy and, you know, have no self-worth in relationships because you forgot to validate them, and because you were so busy doing whatever the fuck you was doing. Like, you can't do that with kids. You can't just fucking give them food and clothes and that's enough. Nigga, they didn't ask you to be here. You chose to have them. So I hate that. I never understand that. And I be really thinking about shit I should have said when I was a kid. Cause I already got popped in the mouth, but some of that is a hard pop. Cause what I used to say be true as hell. Like, it was some true ass shit. I remember one time I was in church. I was playing playing with my cousin, playing with somebody. And my mama, you know, she tapped me and whispered, "Y'all not supposed to be playing in church." In a playful but serious way. And I turned around, I looked at her, I'm like, we kids, we supposed to play. She popped my ass so hard. And it was quick too. I was real quick. But eventually, you know, most Gemini people with Gemini placements, early in our childhood, our voice was shut off. Like, our speech was very limited. I'm noticing that. So, but yeah. So yeah, you really got to be careful when just raising kids, because you're molding them to be in relationships. And then if you neglect, that's why it's all these people not fucked up, because it's generation after generation after generation of trauma, and nobody's addressing it in themselves. And then this is why the world is full of people who want to use you, people who've been you, people who want to be used by you. Like, size all this, because there's a whole line of fucked up people. And then, you know, the older generation always like to be like, oh, y'all generation is A, B, and C, and D. Like, but who came before this generation, though? Or Earl? Oh, y'all generation talking about A, B, and C, and D. Oh, but back in the 90s, Tiffany, you was popping that pussy to some Uncle Luke, huh, in the club. Okay. And y'all have Freaknik in the 90s too. And mind you, like, I'm 26. I'm not saying I'm like, but I'm in my 20s. So like, my mom, she like in her 40s and shit. So she was a teenager and a 20-year-old in the 90s. And yeah, like, I told her, like, y'all used to Uncle Luke, or what's her name? I forgot her name, but she made that song, I'ma be the freak until the dawn. And we go boom, boom. Come on now, honey. Then I put my cousin. Like I said, sex has always been around in music. I don't know why people just acting like it's just so, oh God, everything's so sexualized now. Like, nigga, how do you think you got here? Your mother was sucking dick. Your mother was throwing it back like a fruit snack, okay? Like, hello, we didn't fucking get here from your parents paying patty cake. They was fucking, okay? So yes, sex is gonna be everywhere because it's literally the source of all creation. Hello, somebody. But yeah, rewind back to what I was saying. But yeah, that's why there's a whole bunch of fucked up people going around now, because it's a generation of people who are full of trauma, never healed, refuse to heal. Some are though. A lot of people are. They're just, damn, I don't want to say that. That sounds fucked up. They're just slower. they're just slower. Okay, they're just a little bit slower, and you know, making it click. But we all have our own time. I was there at one point. And you know what I'm saying? Healing is not linear. Like I said, people be healing in their 60s. I mean, god damn, that's a long ass time to be healing shit. You gotta heal 60 years of programming. Imagine that. Well, that's why if that is even heard of, because you know, older people, when they get to about maybe 40 or so, not older people, 40 not old, but you get what I'm saying. They just be, they mind works, it got them this far, and then I don't blame them, because it's just like, why change anything? Why deprogram my program when it's working for me? So I understand that. Wouldn't recommend it for me. And deprogramming 26 years of programming is already a lot, but it's really people out here who really had that spiritual awakening a little later in life, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But they have to deprogram a lot more trauma. Like, imagine 46 years of programming. You know, imagine being 46. People 46 years old now, still mad at they fucking daddy for calling a picture ugly or some shit. You know? And I get it hurts, but don't let it mold you. Or don't, you know, rewrite your story. And I'm realizing that too, like, I've been going through hella changes. Like, this has been this year was my 2020, okay? Hey baby, how you doing? This year was my 2020. Like I said, I moved to a new city, got in a relationship. I worked at my first big club, so shit move real fast this year. Like, I'm realizing, and this is why I'm completely ghosting everybody. Like, I'm making it known right now. This is the type of shit I've been on lately. Yes, I've been self-doubt on myself. Yes, I've been working through shadow work. Yes, I've had healing days where shit been real good. I'm feeling on my shit. And when I feel good is when, you know, I know I like money. So I manifest a lot more money. You know what I'm saying? But when I do get in my head, my 8 of swords shit get low. You know what I'm saying? Like, get real bad. But I'm realizing, like, that's okay, because I think I'm purging. I done lost my best friend. Then I'm realizing, like, why I kind of don't talk to a lot of people on a regular basis, because I'm really being sent on a whole new path. And this shit is so scary. Like, when I tell you, like, I have no friends. Like, I mean, I have don't get me wrong, I have associates and people I can call, but like, everybody that I'm sharing my secrets with, who intimately know me, a friend that I'm calling every day, and showing that, no. It's just me. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I got a cat. But let me stay focused. I got a cat now. I'm gonna introduce you. He's asleep, but I'm gonna wake his ass up, because he be terrorizing me, and he don't know personal space, and I be invading his personal space. But yeah, this year has just been so full of change, and I'm realizing, like, looking back on my old life, you know, because, you know, I'm from Detroit, so y'all know, from Detroit, then I moved to Cali, then I'm in Atlanta right now, okay? So, you know, looking back on my hometown, it's just like, I'm kind of glad. That's my #1 recommendation. Move out your hometown. Like, move out your city. Like, I promise you, it's the best thing that you can ever do. I would do it 1,000 times over if I was presented with the same opportunity. I would not neglect that opportunity at all. And I'll do it again. I'll do it again. But yeah, just looking back on, like, who I used to, basically, long story short, you can rewrite your story. And like looking back at who I used to be, I am becoming more, I'm becoming who I want to become. But it has a price. Everything has a fucking price. Everything has a price. Everything. Anything that you want to manifest, I don't care if it's $10 million, a nigga with a big dick, a bitch with some titties. I don't care. It's gonna be some good, but that shit gonna come with a price. Everything comes with a motherfucking price in this plane. I'm realizing, no, not in this plane, in the universe. That, what is that? That's I think that's a universal law. I can't think of which one it correlates with, but everything has a price. Okay. But yeah, I'm realizing I can recreate myself at any moment. Like I said, this year is just, it's crazy. I'm not saying I'm directionless. It's just I'm just chilling day by day. I'm in this bitch because I don't know if I should work towards something, if we gonna have a future, because niggas talking about the United States is running out of money by the end of October. Like, what? Like, then you got fucking Joe Biden, I guess, getting his booster shot. Then you, oh my God, this is just madness, honey. Like, the world, then you got shit, you got people protesting, like Australia and France, because of the mandatory vaccine, or the, I'm sorry, the I'm gonna call it the jab. But yeah, so it's some crazy ass shit going on right now. And yeah, every day I low-key do miss Donald Trump. I'm not gonna hold you up. But yeah, crypto is a new currency. I have been knowing that for a long time. So yeah, everything's about to go digital. I'm assuming that obviously talking about paper money. So I'm assuming what's ever left of the paper money is just going to be circulate. Maybe that's how they about to do it. Like, whatever's left of the paper money, they gon', when it's a cutoff, they stop producing money. So whatever money left, they send it out into the world. It circulates to the point ain't nothing else circulating, and then bam, switch over to crypto. Wow. Pretty good idea. Like, you have to stand in, you really gotta stand in all this shit. Like, all the shit that, you know, the people who pull the strings on this planet, all the things that they do, you gotta admit, it's a very genius. I've said this many times. Some genius ass shit. And there's definitely ain't no white people coming up with this shit. Ain't no way. What's that? Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way, boy. Ain't no way. They can't just be them. I'm really convinced of that shit. Y'all niggas ain't coming out of caves and then, you know, using magic to control the world and exercise rituals and basically do whatever the hell you want. Ain't no way. But I leave room to be wrong. I ain't that prideful. But yeah, like I said, it's a shift happening, and it's very scary. It's to the point I can't even be out in public no more. Like, not in public, but like I said earlier, I made myself inaccessible. Like, I've become the high priestess. Like, you can seek me if you want to. Like I said, you probably have to go on a journey across deserts, glaciers, tundras, jungles, just to get to me. But when you do get to me, I'm gonna say one thing that's gonna change your whole life forever, and that whole trip gonna be worth it. Saved your life. It's worth the damn trip though. So that's who I'm creating myself. Yeah, easily it's to the point I even fell out, honey. I even fell out with my family, child. I ain't gonna talk about that, but you know, I be watching this lady, her name Charming Goddess, and I kind of relate to her when she talked about her family. She was like, you know, if y'all not saying I'm the bitch who I think I am, why y'all treating me this way? You know what I'm saying? Like, why you doing A, B, and C, and D? Why when I move? She said she moved to Vegas. Her whole family just started slowly to start trickling in from Vegas, staying with her, asking her for shit, like, or, you know. And she was like, yeah, I'm the black sheep of my family. I'm the weirdo. I'm like, I relate to that shit. I'm the weirdo. Like, it's to the point, even with family, like, I'm as I get more enlightened, I get more detached. Like, a lot of people think the spiritual path is, oh, come, oh, peace one, let us scallop in the lily beds and plant our feet in the great soil that Mother Gaia has provided for us. No, it's not fucking like that. Like, my enlightenment is it's like, the more I get enlightened, the more I get detached from this world. Like, I'm not saying not lacking empathy, because obviously I have a lot of empathy, to the point my empathy has been abused. I realized my empathy is being abused and never even realize it. Like, it's subtle. It's not direct, but it's subtle, to the point that I have to counteract it now, and I balance it with apathy. So, you know, you obviously, if you listen to Bobby, basically, you know how I feel about morality, and he's very right. When you exercise it, like I said, morality is based on culture, religion, your community environment, basically where you grew up at. Okay, so your beliefs and your basically beliefs and thought system and your morals are basically relative to the individual, because in certain countries it's completely acceptable to marry a 13-year-old girl. Like, a 40-year-old man can marry a 13-year-old girl. That's deemed normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she, around the time she have her period, sometimes younger, you know, they get married, you know. But over here, obviously, you know, that's deemed unsuccessful. You get looked at for being a pervert if you fucking 19 dating a 16, 15-year-old. Like, you'll be considered a pervert. So you see what I'm saying? Like, morality is very relative. So create your own morality. And I'm noticing, as I start to ascend, I'm detaching, and I'm having a lot more apathy. But it's lightning, it's free, because the only thing that keep you, the more shit that you got attached here, the more this shit anchored you the fuck down. So you know what that causes? Stress, anxiety. Oh my God, like, the children are dying, which is fucked up. I'm not saying kids dying is fucked up, but you know, what the fuck you want me, what am I gonna do about it? Like, put on a super nigga cape and go save the children like I'm All Might? No, I'm not. Like, something I can do. And whoever gods the world is praying to obviously don't give a damn either. Can't do shit either. So, you know, just looking love. So yeah, morality is what does it mean to be in the world but not of it? Just what I'm talking about. You observe, you don't absorb. And I'm learning the key component with me, because I'm noticing I'm real sensitive to this plane. Like, I've denied it for so long, and I've been really getting in contact with my emotions, because I realized that from childhood I had to shut off from my emotions, because I had anxiety, because my mom would just spaz the fuck out on me randomly, and I didn't know the next time she was gonna spaz the fuck out on me. So I would just always be prepared, on guard. Like, it was a certain point when I was my teenagers, I'll just be fucking, hey, nigga, what's she gonna, and my mom was a principal, so it's like school's 24/7. You feel me? So, but yeah, morality is subjective to the individual. So make your own morality. Make your own code, basically, is what I'm saying. Make your own code, okay? Now, most things that society deem as moral or immoral, or that's wrong, that's right. Some things I take, but most shit, I kind of throw that shit out and make my own code. Like, for example, stealing. I condone stealing, but my code is don't steal from family. My code is family and kids and poor people, other poor people. That's 3. Family, kids, and poor people. Like, for example, if I walk and I'm in Lenox and I see a wallet and it got money in that wallet, got $500 in that wallet, I'm keeping that $500. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, if I pick the wallet up and I see a lady just drop it, you know what I'm saying? She just chilling, got a couple kids with her shit. I'd be like, hey, miss, you know what I'm saying? And she had that same 500 in there, I would give it back to her. You know what I'm saying? So it's how or like, you know, shoplifted at Walmart and shit. Everybody shoplifted at Walmart. Like, I take a little chapstick. I stole the concealer today at Target. Like, I'm not about to pay. Fuck these companies. Like, all the while you got these people slaving for 7 cents an hour, and then the fucking CEO of the company in fucking Bali somewhere having a having a pina colada, keeping track of everybody from a laptop, and then you up at Target at 10 to 11 o'clock in the morning from however long. No, fuck that. Fuck these companies. So, yeah, make your own code. Make your own code, I'm telling you. And that's why I think a lot of people kind of look at me funny, because you can tell, like, you know, everybody they can sense my they can sense my dark side. Like I said, I am both a demon and an angel. I am both the light and the dark. I am both the villain and the hero. I'm both. Duality, baby. I'm both. This is why sometimes, like, and I think that's kind of makes sense, like, why, because, you know, I was the black sheep of my family, so, you know, black sheep always get a scapegoat for shit. So I used to get blamed for shit that I would never even think about fucking doing. Like, this thought is primitive. Like, I would never even think to do some shit like that, and on top of that, get caught this way. Like, I used to think some shit like that. Like, why would you accuse me of doing some shit, and then this is how you caught this shit being done? You caught something, you know what I'm saying, like, for dumbass shit, right? But I'm starting to think, like, you know, people probably can sense my darkness, and I make peace with my darkness. This is a difference when you have darkness but haven't made peace with your darkness. You know what I'm saying? Then it becomes, you know, becomes a different story. But when you look your darkness in the eye and you shake that motherfucking hand and you be like, you my nigga, that's a different story, different type of power. You command your demons. You tell your demons what to do. People don't be telling you that. I'm telling you, people be slave to it. I'm fighting my demons. Be your demons' best friends. Tell them niggas what to do. Hello? All this shit going on in this fucking plane, and all these experiences that you can have in this plane, and obviously you can't get out. At least no time soon. Cause every day I be waking up and be like, damn. Like, when I have a real low day, I didn't want to die or anything. It's just like, damn. I'm still, cause I was like, it was a point I was bored. Like, it's the same shit every fucking day. Like, obviously I was being counterproductive, but it got a point to, like, what we doing? Like, can I astral project somewhere and never come back? But no, every second day you wake the fuck back up. And so I'm like, wow, I'm really in this bitch. Like, I'm not going nowhere. I be playing and experiencing my reality, because, like I said, this world it's weird. Like, it's so weird, and I'm so sensitive to the stimulus of this world. Like, and I really have to come to terms with that. Like, people call it, like, empaths. You know, that's a term the kids are throwing around these days, you know, so freely. Everybody's a goddamn empath. But no, it's just you feeling yourself. And then you take, when somebody intertwines, or you can feel someone's emotion, you're basically feeling yourself, because they're in something outside of you, okay? But yeah, your demons should be your day ones, absolutely. And I'm really happy, like, to be here. What time is it? It's 3:30, honey. Yeah, I really wanted to record this, but I'm just like, no, let me go on live. I haven't been on live in a while, and, you know, my random ass, I pop on live. You'll never know. Never. Yeah, wake your ass up. Come here. You have permission. I swear, I don't know what it is about cats, but I'm starting to realize why cats are very mystical, or why cats are very special. These are some special divine creatures. Like, I think I have a real affinity to felines, especially lions. Like, you know how lions really do something. Not like them corny explanations why people like lions. Like, that shit really be in my heart, because I be watching lion documentaries. You can really learn a lot from that shit. Like, seeing how, like, you know, I don't know about lions' territories, how they operate, what they be doing. Like, I really study lions. They're really fascinating felines. Like, they're like the dominant, are they the dominant land predator? That's what okay. Yeah, but the tiger is stronger. Come here. Are you coming? I done pushed him away so many times. He like, I don't know where to come or go. Come here. Come on. Ugh. This baby. This is, say hey. This is my baby, Mahis. Yeah, I picked him out personally. Checked his birthday and everything. Made sure it was gonna be compatible. And this one, I only had him for about a month, but I'm starting to notice, like, he's teaching me a lot. It's amazing how animals can do that. Like, for example, boundaries. Like with him, since he's a baby, he only 5 months. I really see what I'm talking about. I be having to teach him, and I know he loved me, but I be having to teach him personal boundaries. Like, I just be chilling, and I get it. Like, you love me so much. Like, everywhere I go, to the point now he follow me everywhere. Like, everywhere I go, he follow me there. Like, I be laying down, he just come to my face and just rub for hours. Like, he can do it for hours. If I don't stop him or push him away, he's very affectionate. Very affectionate. Oh my God, he's a baby. Like, he's a Taurus sun. He's a Taurus sun, Aries moon, just like me. Gemini Mercury and Venus, and the Cancer Mars. So he a real baby, but he like super curious. I know, the light braids. He like super curious. Really, really curious. And he loves the fuck out of me. And he be all up in my face. Like, he been here like since I've been recording. Or like before I start getting on live, like I was taking pictures of myself because, you know, I look cute. I look a little cute. And yeah, he just sat here. And yeah, so he's teaching me a lot. A lot. And somebody on Twitter told me that black cats do change you. But I'm starting to realize or see, when you steady, like I said, you're outside. When I steady him, I can see why cats are held to a certain standard, or why cats were treated the way they do. Or why some people don't like cats. I be telling people, if you don't fuck with cats, your spirit sucks. Because nobody, it's not one person who I've met who say like, they actually like cats, and their spirit was, no, your spirit sucks. Rub him on the neck with your knuckles. Yeah, he do like it when, okay, with your knuckles. Okay, I'm gonna do that. He do like it when I get his neck right here, because I be seeing people, you know, see? So now that I open the floodgates, this is where he gonna be. Now he when I try to push him off me, he gonna keep coming back. Give him a little, he take a mile, just like a man. So, no, I'm playing. But no, y'all can ask some questions real quick, you know, or else I'm a dip, because I'm saying, or bring up something. But yeah, cats are very interesting. It's amazing how you can learn from another creature. I think he's teaching me to assert boundaries. He's teaching me, okay, I can't, like, cause I be thinking, I'm realizing I'm really a very kind person. Okay, I'm to the point I had to. So this hard demeanor, or this cold demeanor, is because I've had to in this world. I'm noticing in this world, I'm not becoming this world. Like, I'm mad, I'm fuck everybody because everybody said fuck me. I'm not like that. But it's to a point where if you want to be heard, or if you want something done, you have to assert yourself in a certain manner, or you have to be, or if you want to attract something or have an experience in your life, you have to become that so you can get that reaction from your stimulus. Yes, I am a Gemini. But yeah, he definitely teach me boundaries, especially with personal space. This nigga don't know no personal space, to the point I can't tell him. I mean, then I start to nudge him. Then when I start to nudge him a little bit harder, I'm like, okay, see, now you understanding it. So he's still getting to know me. We're still going to know each other. And I'm actually starting to develop feelings for him. I had a dream last night. He got fucking mauled by a tiger. Excuse my language. I don't know why I'm cussing so much. But I got mauled by a tiger. He got mauled by a tiger. Like, it was weird. But like, he came back to life. Somehow I brought him back to life, but I don't know. Then I woke up, because maybe I said in the dream, like, I'm not about to experience this dream like that and wake up. But yeah, and then even in the dream, I was sad. I was real sad. Okay, see how we talk about personal boundaries. No personal boundaries. No, that's enough. That's enough love. And then I've been noticing, like, he's really a baby. Like, he be wanting more attention than I can give him. I don't feel like cuddling for 45 minutes straight. Like, he can really snuggle and do all that shit for like 45 minutes straight. I can't. Like, I give him like 1 or 2 snugs. All right, get in my face. He knows. See what I'm saying? What do you say about a person who claims to be spiritual, but they're feeling wrong about their feelings? What do you mean they're feeling wrong? Define wrong feelings. Like guilt? Because if you're feeling guilt, I mean, and that's, well, yeah, is it guilt? Yeah, black cats. Yeah. Yeah, I've been noticing that too. Like, I think he's starting that sometimes, because my energy goes in and out. Okay, I'm noticing that when speaking to my cat. So like at times, and it's my fault, sometimes I have to keep my vibration at certain, but if the times I'm vibrating real high and like all my energy shoots out, like if I'm telling him something I really mean it, like all of my shot, it's like all of my energy would like shoot up. And like it's like I communicate with him. Of course I'm speaking, but I'm communicating the message through like my third eye, and then I'm looking at him, and then he'll stop because he know what I'm saying. So for example, like before I got on live, I'm like, hey, you know, I'll bring you on, just don't get on my lap right now. And so he stepped away for a few minutes, and he came back pawing like, you know, okay now. And I looked at him, I'm like, not yet. And so and then he just turned away and just laid back down. Like, so he can understand. I'm learning. I think I can always say that I can't communicate with animals. Like, it's a way to do it. Like, you have to push the intention. You have to push it out. And it's not in a way of communicating through the voice. I'm still trying to learn that trick, how to connect the voice with here so they can all be in unison. So I'm still communicating how I normally communicate, but it's being exercised through the pineal. So you can talk to animals through your pineal. I've done it. And I can really sense animals, like service dogs, bro. I've seen some real sad, because when I used to stay on military base, I used to see some real sad ass service dogs. They used to be miserable. I'm like, dang, I feel for you, bud. Like, I can really tell when they're upset, or like I can really tell when an animal is like distressed. Like, I can tell, like, and sometimes I can communicate with them. So with him, it's been a couple times where I know when I'm communicating with him, he get what I'm saying, because it's like I'm speaking, but it's like somehow I communicated, I pushed it out through here, and he got it. And I feel like instantly we knew what I said, what he said, then he'll back off, or he'll come on. Or if I'm like, come on, boy, you've been trying to follow me all day, just come upstairs with me. He'll wait, and he'll be like, okay. So he learned it. It's so funny. But I really do gotta have compassion towards him too. And he's real calm. So when I looked at his birth chart, I knew he acts exactly how I thought he would. Like, he's very calm. He's a good kitty. Like, he don't get into too much. If you tell him not to do something at least 2 or 3 times, eventually he stops. So he learns from repetition. But he don't like be no crackhead. He's very sweet. He's quiet. He do talk, you know, but only when he wants some attention. But he talks a lot. When he wants attention, he meows a lot. It's that Gemini, Mercury. But no, he just seems to really love me, and this is a lot of love. Like, he's here needing my leg. But yeah, this is a lot of love. Let me see. What do you think about sovereignty? Define sovereignty. Like, your feelings tell them that they aren't true, and they're not willing to accept that they're wrong. That's your ego. I mean, okay, that's basically your humanity. So your humanity is being presented with information that is foreign to what it knows. Okay, so it depends on what you want to do, because it sounds like you got to get yourself and your humanity on one accord. Like, you gotta do 3-3-3 mind body. So you gotta all get on one accord of what you really want. But I mean, obviously, if you're curious about it, there's a curiosity to it. But shit, red pill or blue, basically, are you gonna take the red pill or blue pill? If you take the red pill, you ain't gonna go back, life ain't gonna be the same. Or you can take the blue pill. You can just, after this video is done, you can go to sleep, and don't even think about all this spiritual ancient knowledge, all that hippie heebie jeebie stuff, you know. So that's what you're being presented with: red pill or blue pill. And whatever one you decide to take, that is your happiness. That is whatever's going to make you happy and content. On some real shit. Well, yeah, if you red pill, then yeah, with your I don't know, you feeling these feelings. Like I said, it's so if you are red pill, then that means it's your ego, it's your humanity. When you like Panda said, when you try to destroy the ego bite your ass back. Like, nigga, I'm not going nowhere because I'm keeping you survive. The ego is an entity that wants to survive. And I'm not saying the ego like just pure anger and rage. It's like basically the protector, the caricature. Basically, this is Grand Theft Auto. Who's your player? Who are you for your player? And then you have to merge your player. It's like your player and you behind the controller have to have similarities. If that makes sense. Oh, okay. But yeah, like, what you got, like a partner or something? But yeah, Jay Valentino, can you describe sovereignty? Because I don't know what sovereignty. Good night, baby. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. You was like the first person in there. You real. I'm on the receiving end. Oh. Okay. Let me go back because, you know, I'm high. So maybe I ain't read your message thoroughly like I should have. Oh. Well, no, I mean, that's, that's, you're on the receipt. Okay, well, yeah, if it's them, I mean, they gotta choose red pill or blue pill. 9 times out of 10, they gonna take the blue pill, and that's okay. Like, you can't wake people up. Because the more you try to wake them up, the more you gonna seem crazy. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta stop that shit. So, no convincing. I mean, you can present information. Like, my mom, like, I bought my mom a book on, like, the education of the Negro or miseducation of the Negro. And she's a school administrator. But I realized why, but it's a reason why they can't get awake, though. Because I realized, if my mom would have really read that book, she probably would have quit her whole job. So, 20-something years of working her career down the drain because she realized the system that she's working for is full of shit and really has an agenda against black kids, and she's really, really passionate about black kids. So it might be a reason why that person might be reluctant, because maybe they have a role in the matrix. I'm realizing that too. Everybody can't be awake because the matrix needs certain people. Like, the matrix needs my mom to run a school district so moms can send their kids to school and shit, because my mom, she's superintendent of a school district, so she's needed. Okay, and that, but for whatever purpose is hers to find out alone, but she's needed. So sometimes everybody can't take the red pill, you know what I'm saying? Because the red pill means like completely destroying your identity in the matrix, and becoming something else. And some people are needed in the matrix, just like how I be saying everybody can't be rich. Some people got to work at Taco Bell. Some people got to clean up the garbage out your house. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can be wealthy, because ain't no wealthy ass person gonna still wake up every day 6 o'clock in the morning and throw out trash. Nobody's gonna do that. So they just need it. That's just my opinion, though. That is my opinion. But yeah, just if they don't want it, leave them alone. I learned that the hard way when my family beat my ass down on Christmas of 2018. I think after 2018, I think after that happening, basically being traumatized and crying and shit because I'm not accepted by my family and considered crazy, I threw myself into magic. That's how I found magic, because I was really mad and I needed something to empower myself, and I discovered magic. So, but this person's feelings, I convinced them that they are correct. Oh shit, man. All right, I'm going through the same shit. So, all right. So with that, they're just projecting. Point blank, period. Like, I'm not saying I'm a part of the situation, but I'm aware of the situation because I'm energetically still not putting myself in it. There is a friend that I fell out with, and for months, I think she's been personally trying to get reactions out of me. So she's been accusing me of making a fake page, which, you know, fake pages are her thing. It's like every time some drama involved, when you somebody friend for a long ass time, you steady them. So I've steadied her while being her friend. So a lot of the things that occurred after our friendship, I wasn't surprised because I've observed her for 7 years. Like, so, and on them 7 years, there's always been some fake page involved with her. I got accused of it. So I just let it be. I didn't address it on Twitter. I didn't, cause I don't care, cause I didn't do it. Like, it's like I don't even engage. It's like I didn't ignore it, but it's just like that's why I'm saying I'm making myself inaccessible. You should be vibrating so high here, you just fall out the equation to where the point when they separate, you know what I'm saying? Spirit show them like, oh shit, like it really wasn't them. And that's the same shit I'm doing. Like, I'm carrying on with my life like normal. Even though she swear in her mind I'm making this fake page. I'm high. Like, even when I found out the shit happened, I got a message being accused about it. I read the message 2 days later because I didn't put my phone on do not disturb a whole weekend because I didn't feel like being bothered. And I ended up checking the message on Sunday. So this whole time, she thinking I'm behind some shit. I didn't even know I did the shit. When I do this? Like, when I make a fake page, when the fuck I do that? So, no, I'm completely understanding. It's projection. That's what it is. Like, their feelings aren't telling them. It's simply projection. And when you are being, especially if you are one of the mutable signs, so Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and God damn it, what's the last one? Gemini, and Pisces, right? If you're one of the mutable signs, you have to really be careful because a lot of people project their shit onto us because we're mirrors. So the mutable signs, if you're Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo, very changeable. Okay, naturally we're very changeable. We move through the world by trying new ideas compared to like earth signs. Earth signs that be practical, they try it, you know what I'm saying? They'll stick with it for a long ass time. Mutable signs, we move through the world by experimenting. Oh, what's this? Oh, what's that? Like, and then if we don't like it, we just as out. You know what I'm saying? We're chameleons, right? So you have to be careful because we're all chameleons. And if you're not secure, it's something about being secure in your center, like your sacral solar plexus. If you're not secure in your center to be able to separate their thoughts from yours or their perception from yours, you gonna get accused and you gonna get fucking projected on some shit that you ain't never fucking did before. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, when I was in fucking 4th of July weekend when the shit happened with my family, like, I had, left out, you know what I'm saying? I got into an argument with my whole family. I said, fuck it. I knew somebody in Houston. I called them up. Hey, they came and got me, right? Because I'm just like, I'm not taking this. Got cute. Bam, left. So, I come back the next day, I'm eating my leftovers before, I get ready to leave for my flight. Then my little cousin was like, which is his mom, she was like, yeah, my mom thought because she didn't see you all day yesterday that you were stealing out her closet. Like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, I would never think from stealing from my uncle's wife. Like, I can ask you for some shit, but if you say no to your Chanel bag, I know eventually I'm gonna give me a Chanel bag. So if you say no, I respect your decision, move the fuck on. I don't need to steal. Like, and that shit was so bothersome to me because I ain't nobody noticed I left. I was basically like shunned out and abandoned, so wasn't nobody paying attention to what I was doing. But yeah, she said something like, "Mom," and that's crazy because through that whole family reunion, the only people I was getting along with and talking to was the kids. The kids were the only people who I could relate to. Like, my uncle's a millionaire. He makes 7 figures doing logistics. So like my cousin, he 13, like he a Gemini too. And he real smart, like real preppy, like Carlton Banks, but he got like a little more swag to it, you know what I'm saying? He's very preppy but he cool. So, he was the one that told me. And yeah, that's just crazy. Like, dude, that whole family reunion, I ain't talked to no adults, no cousins. The cousins I was talking to was my brother, the kids. My brothers are kids. Like, my brother's 16, my other brother, like, 11, 10. I wasn't talking to nobody but the kids, and that was crazy. The only people I could relate to who really understood me for who I was the kids. Like, because I was explaining to Eddie, like, Eddie, I had to really, he's a Gemini, so having a logical conversation, even though he's 13, I can use certain words, even though he's very smart to the point, even though he don't know the words, he know the context was the word is used in. So he's a genius. Like I said, that's going to be the next heir to our family. But anyway, very intelligent. But yeah, I was explaining to him like, hey, you know, shit, people are a little weird around me because I'm the black sheep, you know. I'm the fucking stripper who's a witch, you know, who obviously don't love herself. Like, I'm the stripper witch of the fucking, I'm the disappointment of the family. I'm the weirdo of the family. I'm the conspiracy theorist of the family. So, you know, I'm the voodoo stripper lady. So this is why people, they hate me. And I look good, okay? They all fat, overweight, and I'm the only skinny one, you know what I'm saying? Like, looking good, okay? Especially since the last time they saw me. But anyway, it's a different story. But yeah, it's crazy. Only person I related to was the kids. So I don't even remember where I was going with that. But yeah, no, she tried to my uncle's wife accused me like of stealing trying to steal for her. She was like, oh, I didn't see Shy around the house. I thought she was rummaging through my closet. My cousin told me that. He was like, yeah, my mom thought you were stealing, going through her closet. I'm like, bro, what? I wasn't even here. I was like 40 miles away from the house. Like, but the simple fact that you thought that of me, like, it's all projections. And I realized when people accuse me of doing some shit that dumb shit, that I would never think of doing no shit like that. Like, I don't need to steal from you, lady. I can ask. Okay, somebody gonna buy me that Chanel bag. I'm gonna get that goddamn Chanel bag regardless. It ain't the end of the world. But anywho, but yeah, when people accuse you of doing some shit, especially when you a mutable sign, because we project, we mirror, it's really a reflection of themselves, right? It's a reflection of themselves. That's all it is. So this is why, if you're a mutable sign, Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius, Gemini, you have to really, really be cautious of your energy. Be centered. Really know who you are. If you don't know who the fuck you are, create an identity. That's what we do anyway. Create an identity. Either it's not real. Well, I don't know who I am. Like Pisces. Pisces are very formless. You ask a Pisces, so describe yourself. You'll get something, but it won't be anything concrete because a Pisces sun, literally the ego, Pisces is dissolved. Basically it's not here. It's like, it's formless, basically what I'm saying. Pisces is a formless type of energy. Like, you can't catch water. Like, you can't scoop water up and pick it up and it's gonna be the same water you scooped up. Or like a fish. Like, you ever try to grab a fish? That's how Pisces is. You ever try to grab a fish and it's still alive? When you get out the water, it's gonna wiggle out and eventually you're gonna drop it. Like, you can never really catch it, you know? So yeah, it's very imperative that you develop some type of center so you won't be feeling this. And this is why apathy is important. Apathy is very important because I don't connect with everybody. Like, shout out to Charming Goddess. She was like, am I back on? I don't know. Okay, I'm back on. Okay, but basically she was like, you can't let everybody into your brain. Like, you can't let everybody into your brain. So you can't do it. Everybody can't be inside your brain. Sometimes you have to really okay, yeah. But yeah, sometimes you really have to be apathetic. You have to cut that off when you're relating and dealing to people. And I know it's going to hurt. Like I said, this is what I'm learning, right? So with my kitten, I know my kitten wants love and affection, but I like a lot of alone time. You know what I'm saying? I'm an air sign. I'm affectionate, you know, that Taurus, but I ain't trying to sit there and cuddle for. It's hot. It's fucking hot. Okay. But yeah, with my kitten, like, sometimes it hurts. It does hurt me, like, to push him away because I don't want to hurt his feelings. And I feel guilty for how I think he be fine because when you have other kittens and shit, they be rough playing and biting each other and shit. So he's fine. But I be feeling bad when I be having to shoo him away. Don't want to spend time with him when he wanted me to spend time with him because I don't know. And I think it's a generational thing. My family has a history, and this is why I'm the black sheep, because I'm supposed to change this. My family has a history of putting, and just like most families, they have a history of putting everybody first instead of themselves. Like, starting from slavery. I think it started from slavery. I really, really do. Like, I'm really starting to pick that shit up. I'm really starting to think that, well, I'm really starting to know that my trauma ain't really your trauma. It's really your bloodline's trauma. You have to really understand that. Like, most of your trauma, or a lot of your trauma, ain't even yours. It ain't even your feelings. It's your bloodline's feelings. Like, you know that DNA carries information, um, and you know your ancestors are you. When you die, and when your ancestors pass, they come into you, right? You are the physical form of that body. So you have to really understand that. Like, yeah. Damn, I lost my train of thought. I'm high. But anyway, y'all get what I'm saying? Whatever I was just saying, I'm channeling. So that's why I like smoking, because I get a clear, direct circuit. But yeah, you have to learn how to, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. You gotta learn how to tell people no. And then, even when you feel guilty, Pisces. Pisces is such a loving sign, but Pisces, or a loving archetype. I don't like to say sign, I like to say archetype. But Pisces, sometimes, if Pisces have a Pisces with boundaries is a dangerous motherfucker. I admire Pisces because Pisces are illusionists. They can manifest anything. They can manifest pink clouds on a Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. a.m. And it'll be pink clouds on a Tuesday. Just the randomest shit. They can do it. But the negative side of Pisces, which I have a friend who has a Pisces placement, so I'm seeing this with him, but I have to learn him gotta learn the hard way. Pisces placements need to know boundaries, okay? Like, the unconditional love, or that needing to not want to give up on that person or not want to leave that person alone, is because Pisces is the last archetype, okay? From Aries to Aquarius represents literally the interaction of humanity on Earth, right? Pisces represent the spiritual, okay, the unseen, the transcendence of Earth. Like, Aquarius is like, okay, humanitarianism, one for all, everybody has food, we're all equal, everything's in harmony, and the collective and food group, and use your groups to bring shit together so you can create inventions and technology and shit. Groups. that's Aquarius. But Pisces just like, all right, I done my humanitarianism. I'm on my deathbed. I am into transcendence to the next realm, because this realm is done. I went through all the archetypes. Now at Aquarius, giving back, service through groups and community and like-minded people was the ultimate form of human bonding as a collective. Now it's time for me to transcend to Pisces, right? So when you're dealing with Pisces placements, when you're dealing with otherworldly love, or someone who has otherworldly love, they tend to see the people who they need to leave. They see their souls. So what they're having compassion for, what they're actually loving, is their soul. But they're not actually loving the person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, you want to save their soul, or this person has a kindred soul. But the avatar that's occupying that kindred soul is on some bullshit. And physically, in this reality, you're suffering because of this avatar. It ain't that kindred spirit that's not making it work. It's the avatar. Like, and that's not your problem to save them. Like, Pisces have a thing where they have to save people, where they be like, and they do that with Virgo, but Virgo will take you on as a project. Like, Pisces will take you on like a project too, but like a case, like a charity case. Like, I don't know, like, yeah, like a case, like service, like a shelter, like an animal shelter. Like, they'll take you in like that, right? But yeah, they can't do that. You gotta have boundaries. Like, I've seen Pisces stay in situations. Nick, if you don't leave, like, this person ain't changing no time soon. But, oh no, they need help. I know what's best for them. They're just going through something. Gemini and me, like, fuck that. That's why Gemini and Pisces is square. They have the most tension. You got air and water, because no, baby. You ain't doing what you supposed to be doing. I don't care how good and kindred I feel about your soul. But Yes, that is true. I was like, oh, that's a good point. Yeah, because Pisces does represent the Christ energy. Look at him. He's so sleep. Oh my God, my kitten is a baby. He's so spoiled. He's so cute. But yeah, Jesus left and ain't come back. Right. Because he represents that Piscean era. So there's no need to fucking come back if that's the last fucking archetype of the whole fucking wheel. So yeah, Jesus, y'all know Jesus represented by the fish, okay? So this is where Christ consciousness comes into play, okay? But people have abused that concept because you know what it was? It was the fucking narrative in Christianity that Jesus killed him. Jesus basically let himself die to save motherfuckers. And as a child, I never really understood that. Like, die for our sins for what? Like, niggas still sinning. Like, deep down, I would think that. I used to think I was, you gotta understand, like, I wish I would have met somebody conscious just for a brief second, be like, hey, baby, the things that you thinking is not crazy. Because I used to think some shit in church. I used to think I was a demon. I used to think, like, what is wrong with me? Why do I hate church? Do I hate God? I used to be sitting in church and in my head talking about fuck God. Like, it would be this voice in my head when they start singing and shit. And it's just like this voice, like, oh my God, shut the fuck up. Like, it was literally a voice in my head like that. And it was like drowning out, it was making noise to drowning out the drums and the singing and shit. That shit was wild. I used to think I was really possessed or something was wrong. I never told nobody, of course. Can't tell nobody that shit. But I used to think something was wrong with me. I used to hate going to church. Like, my cousin, that's why my cousin is likable in my family, because my cousin, he's the more agreeable child. Like, we grew up as cousins because our moms are sisters, but he really liked my brother. So he was the agreeable child, right? Went along with the program, told them what they wanted to hear. You know, he was, but no, like me, if I want to go to church, I want to go to church. Like, I would scream, I would make excuses. I'd be like, and my grandma was one of them people, like, you couldn't even wear pants to church. Like, women weren't, like, she didn't believe women wearing pants to church. Or, like, your back couldn't be on certain out. Or you couldn't show a certain amount of shoulders. And every time you wore a dress, you better have some stockings on in that dress. That dress could have been down to your fucking heels, okay? You better have some fucking stockings on up under that dress. My grandma, she serious, okay? Very serious. But I really think the narrative from Pisces, I think Christianity saying that Jesus died for our sins was detrimental, because a lot of Christians, like my grandmother, who's also a Pisces, ironically, coincidentally, that's a coincidence, she sacrificed herself and put everybody else put everybody else in like first, and then put herself first. So, like, with family and, you know, kids and stuff, and making sacrifices and shit, like, you know, yeah. And then now when she older, she ain't really got shit to show for it. So Christianity is really detrimental, because that's how fucking slave owners used to do fucking, and it's the same mentality. It's the same theme. Now that I'm thinking about it, if you really pay attention, you know how slave masters used to be like, well, if you be a good nigga and you serve master and you do what he tell you to do, you gonna get into heaven. God gonna reward you. Same shit. So it's like Pisces is like a martyr sign. It's like a martyr archetype. A martyr being like, I'll sacrifice myself for the greater good of others. Like, I'll be that sacrifice. Like, as my Pisces mentor, like, would you die for somebody, and would you, like, and they say, you know, yes. So it's just like with that Christianity shit, like, and that's what they do. Like, and then they that nigga be getting off. Okay? That nigga narcissistic, abusive. That nigga has trained his followers. Take my abuse and my narcissism. And if you do, I'll love you forever. That's why most Christians are crazy as hell and have dysfunctional ass relationships, because they're using that same ideology. If you take what I give you, okay? If you, like, with parents, if you take all this abuse, that I'm giving you. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you a roof over your head, or, you know, food in your stomach and all that shit. But you're gonna love me, because even though I abuse you, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? You'll be rewarded. Honor your mother and father, so your days will be long. But it also says, and like I said, I be thinking of the perfect comebacks, and I'm so mad as a kid I couldn't say them. But it also says, I just found out, don't cause wrath in the child. I told my daddy that. My daddy was just like, oh, you're right. Yeah, I should have said that. My grandma used to always say that. Oh, live longer. And it's just like, when you realize, and then like looking back in the past, it'll be some things, just parents just wasn't that, they was smart, but it wasn't that smart. Like I said, when you on this path, you just realize your whole life is a fucking lie. You realize that your trauma and your, basically the trauma that you have from childhood is basically because somebody projecting their insecurities on you. Like, so you telling me I wasn't shit the whole time, and then this whole time I'm thinking I'm not shit because you ain't feel shit about yourself? Ain't that a bitch? And it make you mad, because it's just like, this whole time I thought I was inadequate. This whole time I thought I was stupid. Like, this whole time, like in school, like I tell this story all the time. Like, I used to think in school, like, because I would, like, I wasn't a straight A student, but I'll maintain a between a 2.7 and a 3.3 always, from middle school all the way to high school. 2.7 and a 3.3. Okay, like I used to be so confused, like, wow, damn, I really want to be an A student. I want to be valedictorian. I wanted to be but I just realized it wasn't my adequacy. I wanted to be recognized for something. I realized I like being recognized for being special. Leo Mars. But no, I just wanted to be recognized. But yeah, I used to look at a school system, or like SATs and shit. I got a 19 on the ACT. I thought I was dumb as hell. People getting 36s and shit. Then I realized, when you find out about the education system, somebody makes a curriculum. Like, people make a curriculum. Like, and then who are these people? Caucasians. Like, these Caucasian people, the people I gave birth to, the people that needed my DNA to come into life, they made this curriculum. No, I used to think I was so stupid. Then, you know, my mom being an educator, you know, I caught hell. My mom being a whole principal, and then I'm getting bring a home C's. I've never had lower than a C minus, and my mom would let the C minus slide because math wasn't my strongest subject. So she would eventually she would start to realize, okay, I got to compromise because she's not good at math. But I got a 17. I got a, what you got? I got a 21. Damn. No, but yeah, like, you would think standardized testing could really fuck your ass up, make you think like you inadequate, quit. Really the school system, because you asking everybody, like, all right, I want everybody to climb this tree. Some kids is fat. Are you gonna pull out a ladder so the kids can climb the tree? Some kids are a little more athletic. I mean, they got the, I don't know, they can climb the tree, but they, you know, they ain't got the strength to stay in the tree. I mean, you got something for them. Or there's some people who can't climb at all. Is your beginner's course for climbing? Like, the education system is just like, all right, here's this puzzle. Everybody solve this puzzle, and whoever solves it the fastest or the most correct way is the smartest person. Like, bro, no, it doesn't work that way. Like, but like I said, when you go down on this path, you realize literally everything is a lie. So this is why this, and it's actually me talking about it kind of brings me back to what I was saying earlier. Recreate yourself. Like, knowing that your whole reality was a lie. And I'm starting to really come to the fact and apply shit, like, memories, or like who you thought you were in the past, are just memories. They don't exist. Like, and I've been observing time and observing my reality and environment. Like, this whole shit is this is like, it's really like a simulation, because it's like, damn, I'm waking. It was to the point I was waking up doing the same thing every day. Waking up doing the same thing every day, like on a routine, to the point I'm just like, okay, like, there's something else I want to do in this simulation. So yeah, once you realize where you are, it's weird. I be looking at reality, so I be like dissecting reality, and like, maybe it's that dimensional conscious. Yeah, basically in dimensions. Like, you know how it's a square, and then you move out the squares, another square, you move out the squares, another square, you move out the squares, another square. It's like that. Like, it's just like that. That's how I be looking at reality. Like, oh, this is this. So, oh Lord. But yeah, so I don't know. When you get on, it's a lot of things I'm learning on this path, and it's changing my life. And I am slowly, and I think the only hiccup is the previous things that I think about myself due to childhood, through intentional and unintentional things, mostly unintentional, things I think about myself. But you know, I looked at myself. Yeah, I've been in the gym and I ain't really been paying attention to my physical body, but I'm actually like, damn, I really look good. Like, I reached my body goals. Like, I wanted my stomach a certain way. My arms are getting toner. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your girl look good, you know? And I'm just like, wow, like, I look really good. Like, or like, you know, when I actually did my makeup, I was gonna go to work at King of Diamonds, but it's a Tuesday in Atlanta, and I don't know what it is if you live in Atlanta, but tell your friends and your friends to come to King of Diamonds and spend some money. Because the strip club's been real slow. The club's been real slow lately. I blame Kanye. Apparently, he put a ritual in Atlanta. Maybe. Oh, thank you. But yeah, so I was getting ready and intention to going to work. So I'm like, you know, I ain't gonna go to work. I don't feel like popping no ass today. So yeah, I just stayed home and decided to actually do something that I'm supposed to be doing, which is my YouTube. But my phone's gonna die shortly, so I'm gonna get off of here. But I really enjoyed this live. I really did. I definitely needed this, and I think I'm gonna start being on live high a little bit more. It was a slow start. Thank you for sticking through, because I had to really formulate my thoughts. But once I get going, I'll be straight. But yeah, so before I go, I'm just letting you know, realize where you are. Lilith in the 10th house. You can first and foremost Google it. You can book a reading with me, and just a brief description. Lilith represents your darker aspects. Okay, basically it's like Pluto, but to the 10th power. So what you have in the 10th house, all that chaos, darkness, mischief, however you use it, in the 10th house. 10th house is the house of career, reputation, the house of Capricorn. So career, reputation, public status, vocation, your persona on social media. So you book a reading with me. We'll get more in detail with it. But yeah, don't forget, y'all, I'm doing PDF readings now, but not for tarot though. I'm still doing tarot verbally, but PDF readings for now on, until further notice. I did try to do something different with my hair today. You know, I took my wig off and wanted to let my natural hair breathe. You know what I'm saying? I ain't rocking my space balls in a minute. Thought it looked nice. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. You still up? He just sitting here purring. This cat love me. Look at him. Look at my baby. I know you tired, but no, this is what you be doing to me. This is what you be doing to me. So I'm doing it to you. Y'all have turkey? But yeah. Alright, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. Till next time, probably sooner than later. Whenever I think of something inspired, I'm gonna start doing my videos like this. So you come to me in my live chat asking me about astrology. How dare you make me an offer that I cannot refuse. All my pet and the cat. I feel like an evil villain. I love it. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later.